I'm gonna warn you today, people, I am fired up. I am so sick and tired of insurance salespeople making excuses for losing deals, like people who have an actual value proposition don't belong in the marketplace and shouldn't take their accounts. Guess what? If you sell a product, you are at risk. Somebody who solves problems that has a value proposition and accountability measures in place to make sure that they deliver on that are going to take your accounts every single time. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Come on, let's go. When you're in the middle market, you got to be prepared to take your lumps. I know, it sucks, but every single one of us loses at some point. The idea is we have to do what we can to keep from losing more in the future. Been there, done that myself. And I always look at my losses as opportunities, and the revenue lost becomes tuition to learning how not to have that happen again. This morning I read an entire thread where a gentleman had lost an account that had grown from $15,000 to $100,000 over the course of his tenure as the agent. He alluded to the fact that a large brokerage came in, they had all kinds of risk management resources, claims handling, and other things that they represented they could do for them at the point of sale, and the client left this agent, paid $5,000 more, and hired that larger brokerage. What commenced is exactly what I would have expected to commence in a group of insurance agencies. Commiseration, oh, you'll get them next time, bud. This sucks. They don't have any substance. It's all fluff. It's all smoke and mirrors. You shouldn't have lost it. Clients screw us over. We work our tails off for them, and then they leave. There's no loyalty. Guess what, guys? Somebody needs to say the unpopular opinion. You have to transition from being an insurance salesperson to a trusted advisor. If you're gonna play in the middle market, you gotta be ready to fight. You have to up your game to a level that has never been upped to before. Today, I wanna talk to you about 3 things that you can do to make sure that the big boys don't come in and scoop up your accounts from you. Number 1, you have to set expectations appropriately. Now, the only difference between a legacy player and a new agent coming in to try and steal that business is that that new agent is going to try and drive wedges. They're going to find the weak spot in the fence, and then they're going to exploit that. And while all of us can agree on the fact that they'll exploit it by using concepts and fear, at the end of the day, they still have to deliver. They can set the expectations to get the deal, but if they don't deliver on those expectations, then they lose the deal the next year. If I'm in that situation and I lose that account, the very first thing I'm going to ask that ex-client of mine is, what accountability measures did they put in place to make sure that they are delivering on the results that they promised? If they say they're going to give quarterly reports or monthly dashboards in real time, you have an uphill battle ahead of you. The only thing you can do at that point is every month follow up to find out just how much they're doing that they promised they would do. If it's quarterly, follow up every quarter. At some point, you're going to let your guard down. But you have to understand, customer service does not cut it in the middle market. I understand that if you're a personal lines agency or small commercial, that customer service means getting mortgagee endorsements taken care of, getting certificates out, or whatever else, but you have to bring a whole different game to be in the middle market. The second thing you can do is you can look at your own processes and procedures and see what it is that you are doing for those clients. Here's a newsflash, people. You might be busting your hump for them, but if you don't have a way with graphics, paperwork, and a presentation to articulate what you're doing for them, they don't know. We might know. We're the tacticians. We're the people that get paid to know this stuff. But if you don't show them and you don't follow up with them, they aren't going to know. And guess whose fault it is when you lose that account? It's not the other agent. It's their job to take your business. It's your job. You're the one that's at fault. You're the one that's fallen down. So if you lose accounts, quit bitching about it, quit licking your wounds, and go out there and modify your processes and get it in such a way that you can present that to your clients and have them to understand. The third thing you can do is exactly what I tell you to do to try and drive a wedge. Have accountability measures in place and then deliver the results you promise on the expectations that you set. If you don't have accountability measures in place, what the heck are you measuring? Are you measuring the things you can't touch and feel? Because at the end of the day, if you allow this to be an insurance transaction, that's exactly what it's going to be on your end. And someone with a value proposition, someone that's going to come in and talk about things like total cost of risk, indirect cost of claims, putting things in place like behavioral-based safety programs, incentive systems, management accountability programs. I can go on and on and on. If you don't think I'm getting amped up, you're kidding yourself, because this is where I live every day and this is how I take business from other people. And it irritates the living daylights out of me when I see agencies out there that do nothing except moan about the fact that they lost business because their client wasn't loyal. Guess what? You sold them a product, you didn't solve a problem, and you lost the account. Go out there, put these things in place, and you're going to kill it in commercial insurance. But if you don't, you're the one that's going to get killed.